Welcome back to the Big Movie Mouth Off. I'm Gene Martin with Slug Magazine.
And I'm Jeff Weiss with MSN.com.
Well, now we're going to, I'd say smaller film maybe. It's the stop motion animated feature, ParaNorman. Not your typical animated film, especially not your typical kid film. It's got the voices of Cody Smith-McPhee, Anna Kendrick, John Goodman, you know,
Jeff Garland,
yeah,
Christopher Mintz-Plasse,
McLovin. McLovin. That kid will never get away from that name. I feel bad for him. It's like Ferris Bueller.
McLovin for life.
So basically the story of Norman is that he can actually communicate with the dead, and his uncle, voiced by John Goodman, I would say, kind of informs him that he needs to continue a legacy to keep a legendary witch at bay. Well, of course, Norman screws it up in the first try, and all of a sudden the dead are raised, and the town's under amok. And we're screwed, basically.
Zombie pilgrims.
Yeah.
Zombie pilgrims.
And so it's a simple enough.
Right.
And that's all it needed to be, really. But from the very first thing that you see in this film, and I wonder if you know what I'm talking about, it's this feature presentation thing. It reminded me very of what Quentin Tarantino does. And it immediately takes you back to the 70s, and it's kind of disco era, and it's just, you know, feature presentation.
It's a grindhouse style zombie movie and depicted with stop motion animation.
From the makers of Coraline.
The witch's ghost is going to wake up tonight. And when she does, she'll raise the dead.
You've got to use your gift of talking to the dead to stop it.
This is crazy.
Do I look crazy to you?
You might want to give that a few minutes.
Now, to save his town, he'll need a little help.
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
Oh, this is getting completely out of hand! Is he dead or what?
And a whole lot of guts.
Is everyone all right? Nobody got bitten?
I bit. I hung. Did that count?
This summer, you don't become a hero.
Norman!
Norman? This is so Norman.
By being normal.
I mean, there's stuff in this film, though. I guess, again, it is not your typical kid film. Now, can kids watch it? Absolutely. But maybe you might want to test the kids before taking them to this one.
Yes, if they get scared easily, they will get scared by this film, which, by the way, comes from Leica, the same animation house that brought us Coraline.
And so they're always a little bit oddball.
Yes.
Because if you know Coraline.
Yes, so this is darker, both in terms of horror tone as well as comic tone.
Yeah.
There are, especially for adults, homages and references to earlier horror films.
And that's where I'd say, like,
very specific
the kids
ones.
are not going to get a ringtone that's John Carpenter's Halloween. You know?
No.
But then okay, this is why I actually respect this film more than maybe some other people do, or maybe I can convince them to. When most kids' films come out nowadays, parents hate it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't want to go see it. They're stuck with Alvin and the Chipmunks and crap like that.
Right.
Whereas this one, the filmmakers take the time to throw in little jokes here and there for the parents so the parents can enjoy it. Plus, they don't make fart jokes nonstop.
No.
Which I wholeheartedly respect. Not a parent, but I can sympathize with people who I know that are parents that have to go see kids' films all the time. So, if you're going to throw in John Carpenter jokes, go for it. You know?
Absolutely.
There are things, though, in this film when I'll just say that Norman is dealing with a corpse and a corpse's tongue rolls across his face.
Yep.
I was grossed out by that.
Absolutely, and I'll admit this right now. There are a couple of what I like to call either jump moments or startle moments that in this are much more effective than, I would say, every horror movie that I have seen this year.
Yeah.
Probably in a couple of years. So it is creepy. It's offset.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's offset with the humor, but I really can't stress enough, if your kids get scared by
the simplest of things.
The simplest things, something jumping out,
they
might be terrified by this.
Yeah.
They really might.
No, I mean, that's the one thing, and it's funny because I saw the filmmakers talking about it, and they said we wanted to make a zombie film for kids.
Right.
Hello, sir?
Is he dead or what?
I don't know. He's not moving. He's still breathing.
So he's okay?
Not exactly.
Mission accomplished. Way to go.
Absolutely.
'Cause it's-
and I'll be darned if they didn't make a better zombie movie than most of the filmmakers out there save Edgar Wright.
Yeah, and I love it because and I don't want to spoil much, but I mean, there's twists here and there on classic genre styles that they're having a lot of fun with. So I give them credit for that. I actually give them 3 stars for it.
Absolutely. And by the way, you mentioned Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who usually has fingernails on the chalkboard for me.
Oh yeah.
As the voice of the bully in here. Funny. You know who else is really funny in this, and we didn't mention him? Casey Affleck.
It's true.
In a
Big old jock.
in a very unexpected role, but he puts an interesting little twist on it at the end.
There's
I
some
agree.
great characters in this film.
Very beautifully animated. If you have appreciation for stop motion animation, you will love this film. 3 stars for me. It's definitely one of the more creative animated movies we've gotten of late.
Cool.
Well, when we come back from this break, we'll be talking about broken sinews, strained muscles.
I can't lift my gun.
Yes, and old farts playing around and being action heroes in Expendables 2.